This week, we tackled one of the hardest skills for any business owner, delegating. Today, we're recapping the key lessons and laying out next steps to make delegation a lasting part of your business strategy. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility, the podcast empowering you, adventurous small business owners, to attract your ideal customers and boost your revenue. I'm your host, Jason McKenzie. Each week, we'll explore easy-to-implement tools and strategies to take your business to new heights and build the lifestyle you want. If you're ready for more profits and less stress, let's get started. This week has been all about delegating, one of the most challenging but transformative skills a small business owner can master. In episode 36, we started by exploring why delegating matters. I shared how a simple comment during a meeting hit me like a ton of bricks and really forced me to confront my overwhelm and lack of trust in others. In episode 37, we dove into the pitfalls of poor delegating. I told a story about one of my biggest delegating disasters, assigning a high-stakes project to someone without enough guidance or support, and the lessons I learned the hard way. Episode 38 brought us to the mechanics of effective delegating. We talked about assigning the right person, setting clear expectations, providing support, and creating systems for feedback. And just yesterday in episode 39, we uncovered the hidden benefits of delegating, how it not only will lighten your workload, but also empowers your team, strengthens your business culture, and is even going to help you scale sustainably. Today, we're bringing it all together with a comprehensive recap and practical next steps to make delegation a core part of your business strategy. So let's dive in. Let's start by painting a picture. Imagine yourself as a business owner, probably are. You're sharp, driven, and determined to make your dream a reality, right? You've built your business from scratch, probably poured your heart and soul into every single detail. You know your clients by name, you answer their emails personally, and ensure every product or service delivered meets your high standards. Now, as your business grows, so do the demands. A once manageable workload becomes overwhelming. Days start kind of bleeding into nights. Your to-do list grows faster than you can cross them off. You find yourself wearing every single hat: CEO, customer service rep, marketing manager, bookkeeper, even tech support. You wake up sometimes pretty tired, spend your days rushing, and fall into bed each night wondering if you can keep this up. Does that sound familiar? One evening, as you sit in your office, staring at the pile of invoices needing processing, a pang of frustration hits you. Your phone buzzes with an email from a client, another with a social media alert, and a third with a shipping inquiry. It's endless. You know something has to change, but you're stuck in that familiar loop. If I don't do it, who will? Then something finally clicks. You remember a question you heard at a seminar. What's one task on your plate someone else could handle just as well or even better? Now, you lean back in your chair, staring at that mountain of work before you, and you think about it. Maybe it's the invoicing. Maybe it's scheduling meetings or responding to customer emails. The truth is, there are tasks you're holding on to that don't actually need your unique expertise. But even as you identify these tasks, the doubts will start to flood in. What if it's not done the way I do it? What if I spend more time explaining than it would just take to do it myself? What if it's wrong and I have to fix it later? These thoughts are familiar, aren't they? For weeks, you hesitate. You feel the weight of your business on your shoulders and struggle to let go of even the smallest piece of it. But one day, after an especially exhausting afternoon of back-to-back calls, you decide to try. Just one task, you tell yourself, nothing major. You hire a virtual assistant to handle your scheduling. It's small, almost insignificant in the grand scheme of your workload, but the first time you see an appointment pop up on your calendar without having to coordinate it yourself, you feel that flicker of relief. Still, this process isn't perfect. There's a scheduling mix-up the first week, and you feel that familiar urge to grab control. But instead, you pause, communicate clearly with your assistant, and work through the hiccup. Over the next few weeks, something unexpected happens. The mix-ups, they disappear. Your assistant begins to anticipate your needs, even suggesting times for meetings that align better with your energy levels. You start to trust the process. With scheduling off your plate, you try delegating another task, customer support emails, then another, invoicing. Slowly but surely, your workload lightens, and as your assistant thrives, so do you. The ripple effects are undeniable. With fewer mental tasks crowding your day, you have more time to focus on your strengths. You spend your mornings strategizing, brainstorming new ideas, and building deeper relationships with your top clients. For the first time in months, you feel creative again, energized, excited about your business. What's more, you notice a change in your assistant too. Delegation isn't just helping you, it's empowering your team. Your assistant feels trusted and valued, and that confidence reflects in the quality of their work. One day you reflect on your journey. You remember how terrifying it felt to let go of that control. Delegating wasn't easy at first, and that transition is far from seamless. But the rewards, they've transformed not just your business, your life. You no longer see delegating as a risk, it's an opportunity to step into the role of a true leader, to create space for yourself to thrive, and to empower others to shine. Now, take a moment to think about your own situation. If you're like this, you've probably felt that weight of trying to do it all. You've likely wondered if anyone else could ever meet your standards. But ask yourself this: what's one task on your plate someone else could handle just as well or even better? Now start small. Maybe it's organizing your inbox, scheduling meetings, or formatting that report you've been dreading. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it won't be flawless overnight. But the moment you take that first leap, you start to see the possibilities. Delegation isn't about giving up control, it's about creating freedom. Freedom for yourself, freedom for your team, and ultimately freedom for your business to grow in ways you couldn't achieve alone. So, what's your first step? What's the one task you'll hand off today? Imagine what that small act could set into motion. Now, let's take a moment to reflect and dive deeper. Delegating is a skill that transforms not only your workload, but also your mindset and your business. By now, you've seen how taking even small steps can create that ripple of change. But to make this a sustainable part of your strategy, it helps to revisit the essentials, those key lessons that will guide you as you move forward. So let's recap what we've learned this week and build a strong foundation for your delegating journey. Here's how you can turn these ideas into action. Number one, why it matters. Delegation is going to free up your time, reduce overwhelm, and allow you to focus on the big picture goals that only you can achieve. Number two is you'll be avoiding pitfalls. Poor delegation happens when there's a lack of clarity, support, or trust. The solution is to set people up for success by providing clear instructions, realistic expectations, and regular feedback. Three, the framework for success. Effective delegation involves assigning the right person to the task, clearly defining requirements, expectations, and limitations. Communicating both deadlines and context is critical as well. Also, establish systems for support and check-in. Be sure you follow up to ensure completion and accountability. Number four, hidden benefits. Delegation empowers your team. It uncovers hidden talents, strengthens your business culture, and builds a business that doesn't rely entirely on you. All right, so here's some ways you can take what you've learned this week and start implementing it. One, pick a task, look at your list, and identify just one thing you can delegate. It doesn't have to be big, start small, and build your confidence. Next action item is you can follow a framework. Use the steps we outlined in episode 38. Be clear, provide support, and create accountability. All right, another action you can take is a reflection and adjusting. After this task is complete, take a moment to reflect. What went well? What could you improve next time? Delegation's a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. One of my favorites is building momentum. Once you've successfully delegated one task, pick another. Over time, you'll develop this rhythm, and delegation will become second nature. Delegating isn't just about doing less. It's about doing better, about creating a business that supports you, your team, and your vision. Now, some of you might still be hesitant. Maybe you're thinking, hey, Jason, I don't have the right team. What if they mess up? Those are valid concerns. Here's my advice. Start where you are. If you don't have a team, consider outsourcing a single task to a freelancer or a contractor. If you're worried about mistakes, remember, every successful business owner has faced them and learned from them. The goal isn't to delegate perfectly. The goal is simply to start. Even these small steps can make a big difference. And the more you practice, the more confidence you'll build in both your team and yourself as a leader. Delegation is a journey, not a destination. And every step you take brings you closer to a business that works for you, not the other way around. Hey, if today's episode resonated with you, would you please take a moment and subscribe and also share it with a fellow business owner? Next week, we're diving into the power of setting and following priorities in your business. You've learned how to delegate, but how do you ensure the right work is getting done? Until next time, keep delegating, keep growing, and watch your business and your team thrive.